Hi everyone, it's Denise. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be a vertical journal with me for the previous week. I'm using this Valentine's Day mini kit from the Coffee Monsters Co. that I bought, I want to say 2 years ago, but I've never gotten a chance to use it until today. And for the week that I'm showing right now, we still didn't really celebrate the holiday, but I did receive some lovely flowers, so I feel like why not just use it. And you don't need to have a Valentine to use this kit because I feel like it's weird, but it feels like when I'm using this kit, it's like the emoji is my Valentine, or you can think of it as like your love for pizza and food like donuts and Happy Meal and things that bring you joy is your Valentine. Let's spin it that way. And I don't think it's a surprise to say that my favorite full box is the one that says my true love with the emoji holding the donut because I love desserts and pastry type things. I do really like donuts, but I don't eat it that often. My favorite donut would probably be the one from Blue Star in Portland, Oregon. I think it's like a brioche donut. It's super fluffy. And this may go against popular opinion, but I don't mind cake donuts. Well, I really like old-fashioned ones, so I think it's like the glaze that I like. And I think those count as a cake donut because they're like denser. But correct me if I'm wrong. And last donut shout out, of course, I really enjoy eating mochi donuts. Now I would say there are like two kinds of mochi donuts. One is like a denser, chewier one, and one is like airier. And I like both. The airier type ones, they are also called pond ring, and it's like 8 balls attached together in a ring formation. And it's fun to like pull it apart, and it kind of ends up being like, what do you call them? Donut holes? And yeah, those are my favorite donuts. Let me know what yours is, and I'll see if I can try it. I told you that these rambles would be random, and many people said that they wouldn't mind it, so here we are. So with Monday, I started with some content planning, and that just involves any social media posts that I want to make, and I'm starting to try to make a plan for the whole week at the beginning of the week so I know what photos I have to take, what video clips I have to do, if I'm going to post on TikTok, when I'm going to post a reel, and I try to post an Instagram story every day. So yeah, like I said, on February, I tried to make a real effort in my social media presence, I suppose, since I was very sporadic for, I don't know, most of my paper and milk career. And so February, I wanted to try to be a little bit more consistent, and so that involved planning out when exactly I was posting things. I also finished We Bare Bears, the entire series, on Monday. I've been watching that during my lunchtime after I finished watching Adventure Time, and so cute. Brian had ordered me some Valentine's Day flowers, and they were supposed to arrive the previous Friday, but because of the severe weather we've been having in the country, it was delayed by 3, maybe 4 days, and it arrived surprisingly on Monday, pretty much alive, and I put them in water, and they lasted an additional week after that. So I'd say that Farm Girl Flowers is pretty legit. They pick really nice, fresh flowers that'll last days in transit. And also, the floral arrangement itself was absolutely gorgeous. So I would recommend you check them out if you are in need of sending someone flowers. I think that, I don't even know, maybe Brian knows my style, but he always picks arrangements that have these rare looking flowers that I've never seen before. I had to ask Instagram what one was called, and it was a calla lily, and I just feel like I haven't seen it in person before. Maybe I just overlooked it, and now I just really appreciate it. So let me catch you up on the TV shows that we have been watching. So Monday night we watched WandaVision. An episode came out the previous Friday, but we didn't have time to watch it, so we watched it Monday night. And then on Tuesday, lunch show, I finished watching the season finale, the 8th season finale of the Great British Bake Off. And let me think, did I want that person to win? I don't know. I think I wanted the second place person to win because they showed the most growth, and I appreciated that. But I wasn't mad that the person who won. I'm trying not to say names so I don't spoil anything, but there's my stance on that. I also think that season 8 was kind of a mess. I don't know, that Japanese week was a mess, and it kind of left a bad taste in my brain. And yeah, and also the rainbow bagel was an issue too, wasn't it? We also started watching Mr. Robot season 2 that night. We had watched season 1 maybe 2 years ago, and we really liked it. But I think it's a little too dark for pandemic times. We needed something a little more light, so we switched to a comedy later on in the week. And all I did that day was pack orders from the Lunar New Year sale, which I am super grateful for, and I was able to finish it, and I was trying to schedule a USPS pickup for the next day, but I think it was because it was 2 in the morning, and it was an option to select Wednesday pickup, but I don't think the system could handle that, and I was so stubborn, and I stayed on that page for 45 minutes because it just kept saying, please do not refresh, and it had a little spinny wheel, and it just never loaded. So then I just gave up, and I scheduled the pickup for Thursday instead, which I was sad because I worked so hard to do all these orders, and I don't know. In the end, they got picked up, which is good. So right now I'm in the design part of my shop work cycle. I try to design a lot of things at once, and then it takes a lot of time to draw because I am not very quick at drawing. I have to look at a lot of reference images to see what a book looks like, and that's just an example. I think I know what a book looks like, but if I wanted to get the details of how to draw a hot dog, I don't know. That's also not a good example. But I think you get the gist of it. I am not classically trained to be an illustrator, so this process of designing and drawing takes extra long. So probably for the next 5 weeks, maybe even more, you'll see me write in design session, but realistically I'll be doing it probably every single day, working at it a little bit at a time. Wednesday evening, I got a chance to FaceTime with my friend Jeanette, who watches my videos, and so maybe she will by chance hear me say hello. Hello. And something kind of funny happened later that night, around midnight. So Wednesday nights, we put our trash bins out. So we were taking out the trash, and Brian discovered this bag of McDonald's that was delivered to our stoop, and he brought it in the house. And we assumed it was our other housemates, but they were like, oh no, we didn't order any McDonald's. And he was confused. We were all confused. And so we checked our front door camera, and we noticed that it got delivered 40 minutes before Brian had discovered it. And it was midnight. We couldn't go door to door and ask if someone was missing a bag of McDonald's. And so all we could do was text one neighbor who we thought might be awake, and she said it wasn't hers. And so what else could we do? I mean, there was a receipt on there that said it was delivered by DoorDash, but there wasn't a name, and the bag had a couple of long strips of stickers to, I guess, prove that it hadn't been tampered with. And we're gonna waste the food, so we opened the bags, and there were 2 burgers, extra large fries, some soda, a large Oreo McFlurry, and we just didn't have the heart to throw it away, so the guys slowly ate part of it as a midnight snack. What would you guys have done? The camera didn't show anybody messing with the food, so it seemed kind of safe, except the part where it was left out for 40 minutes, but it was a pretty cold night, so the temperature seemed fine. The McFlurry was not melted at all, if that gives you any idea. I also realized I haven't talked about any shop stickers that I put down, but the usuals, mine, Happy Diet, Once More with Love. There's some from the Coffee Monsters Co., Van Sticky, Fox and Pip. But if there is a specific sticker that you would like to know where I got it from, just comment down below. And I know that I've heard people on YouTube say this before, but this is the first time it's happened to me, and I just found out that I am missing an entire video clip, or it's like corrupt. I can't open it at all. I can't even open it to view on Quick Player or anything. It says it's incompatible. So missing a chunk of this spread, which was all of Friday, and it was a fun day. I baked some pistachio orange cranberry butter cookies. They looked like a little swirl cookie, so I used this cookie sticker from a holiday sheet from my shop, even though it's not the holidays anymore, but it looks like that cookie, like the cookie that's swirling. So I thought it was appropriate. I also started watching the Cecil Hotel documentary on Netflix, and it's really spooky. Like, I've heard the story of Elisa Lam on several podcasts, but I don't know, visually seeing things kind of makes it spookier, creepier, more unknown. And it's a series that is dragged on for 4 episodes when I feel like it could have been shorter, but it's entertaining. It's sad what happened. I think she just got in on her own, although I still have one more episode to watch, so I guess we'll see. Later that evening, we had a virtual celebration for my friend RJ's birthday. RJ does watch my videos, so happy belated birthday, RJ! Thank you for always watching my videos and messaging me and being so supportive. It was a really fun birthday thing, actually. It was like trivia mixed in with personal stories of the people who are attending, like that they associate with RJ, and that was really well done. And I kind of want to do that for Brian's birthday in March, so keeping that in mind. And even though I had a really good day, at night a little bit of anxiousness crept in. This happened on Thursday night as well, and on Thursday I was able to like redirect my brain, and I did it with an art challenge that I've never done a draw this in your style challenge before, but someone I kind of met online who was hosting one, so I decided to do it, and it was fun to just draw for myself and not for the shop, and so I'm trying to do that more often. So on the weekend, on Saturday night, we got to watch Minari, and it was like a screening event. So we had a very small window that we booked ahead of time, kind of like to give it the most home theater vibe as possible. So between the hours of 5 and 8, we could start streaming the movie. And Minari is so good. If you have a chance to go to a screening or rent it out when it's available, hopefully on a bunch of different platforms, I really encourage you to watch it. It is a truly touching story, and it's about Asian Americans and the American dream. And while my family story is not exactly like the one I saw in the movie, it's still something that I feel like I could relate to. And it is mostly in Korean, but it is based off of Korean American experience. And it kind of ties into what I was talking about in my previous video about being multicultural. And on that note, I also want to thank everyone who left comments validating my feelings, saying that it's something that they feel too, and it's just a result of having 2, 3 more cultures in your life, which is a beautiful thing. But then you may end up having some internal dialogue about your identity, and it can be a hard thing to process. But I think, as someone said in a comment, it's okay to take your time and learn a little bit if that's what you want to do. The end result, gain more knowledge, feel more connectiveness, and that sounds lovely to me. Alright, so that is the end of this journal with me. Thank you for letting me talk to you in your earbuds. And leave a comment down below with a donut emoji if you made it to the very end so I know who stayed. My journal with me have turned into more like word vomit diaries. So thank you for listening, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye!